Our society is drastically changing. A lot of things that used to be normal maybe 20 years ago are definitely not normal anymore. So many men right now are lost and confused, and women have definitely played a huge factor in this. Women have definitely changed the sexual dating market, and their standards are real high right now. And that's truth. But I'll be honest, women are right about a few things in terms of men. And as a man that sees the truth and understands how to see different perspectives, it's important for us as men to start self-reflecting and taking accountability. Because when I go out and about and I'm seeing men, it's just strange sometimes. And this might offend some of you guys, but I think it's important for us to understand as men, we have to get better. We must get better. And too many of us live in a comfort zone. Too many of us just live being comfortable, and we hate hearing advice from others. We start getting our feelings and we act emotional. And it's unfortunate, because if we all got better and became better men, it would change everything. So in terms of what I'm talking about here, I'm explaining that most men have become feminine, become docile, become weak, become soft. There's not too many masculine men right now. So masculine men are in high demand. So when women are talking about that men aren't masculine, men aren't leaders, men aren't providers, men aren't protectors, that's 100% true. That's 100% spot on. So we need to start understanding as men, if we became more masculine, it would set the tone for how women would have to respond to us. Now, we're responding to women because most men want sex. So they set the standard for that. But if we had some self-respect, had some self-love, had some honor, had some ethics, had some morals, then everything would change. I go out and about and I'm seeing how men, first of all, we don't love ourselves. It's clear to see, because if you did, a lot of men are overweight. And the modern day society that we're living in, there should really be no excuse for you to be, 100 pounds overweight, bro. It's just, we shouldn't be that way. There's too much information on YouTube. There's too much information on social media. We have Netflix. You should know by now what foods to eat that are going to give you proper nutrition, that, you should go to the gym, that you should work out, especially if a lot of us are living a sedentary lifestyle. So you work a desk job, you come home, you're not exercising, you're not walking at all. You go in your car, you come home, you sit on your couch, then you go to sleep. You got to get active. You got to get moving. Too many men are it's just unfortunate, because I'm going out. A lot of men are overweight. We need to get back in shape. You need to get back on point, bro. You can't go out. A lot of our bodies are just pathetic. I mean, I'm not saying that you should be ripped and you should have the best body and you should look like you're jacked and things like that. I'm just saying that you shouldn't be 50 to 100 pounds overweight, bro. You can get back in shape. It's not hard. Just start going to the gym. On top of that, we don't groom ourselves at all. We don't care about how we look. And then you expect women to want to, you gotta take a look yourself in the mirror, bro. You know that right now you're not up to par, that you're slacking. And as men, we complain too much. We sit there and cry, oh, women don't want to date us, women don't want to be with us, women just want that chat at Tyrone. So we just give up and quit, not taking accountability. It just is what it is, bro. We got to do better. Women are right about that. A lot of men just don't have any leadership. We don't set boundaries. We're not a man of our word. And it's just pathetic at times. It really is. And a lot of these messages, people getting their feelings. Men are too emotional. You can't even tell a man, yo, bro, you acting weak right now. I'm going to be honest. You acting weak. You acting soft. You acting emotional. You got to tighten up. You got to toughen up. Because then they get all mad. Then they get mad at you because you're trying to hold them accountable. You're trying to be a big brother or a homie that looks out for them. Tell them, bro, you slacking right now. You said you were going to do this. You're not doing this. You're running away and you're trying to live in this comfort zone. You want to be comfortable. Too many men want to be comfortable. They embrace being average and they use, oh, I'm average as an excuse. And we have so many excuses as men. And that's the problem that I'm saying. Women are right about that. It is true. A lot of men shouldn't even be in relationships at all. They don't have any money. They can't provide for a woman. They're not leaders. These women have to step up and become a man a lot of times because men aren't men. If you are a man of your word, then it would change a lot of things because these women would have to look up to you. They would respect you. I've came into plenty of relationships and dated plenty of women. They respect me off jump because I'm letting them know, look, I'm setting the standard that this is how men should operate. If I say, and women are smart. They're watching what you're saying. They're seeing if your actions match up with your words. So if you say you're going to do something, they're seeing if you're going to do it. If you don't think that they're testing you, but they are, bro. They're watching how you're moving. Now, a lot of women still want old chivalry things, and I'm saying, like, you don't got to open up the car doors and open up the doors and stuff like that, because sometimes that's simplest behavior, depending on like how she's operating. If a girl is coming in truly feminine, you're gonna know. But so many of us don't even know how to date women. So that's what I'm saying. This is just beyond just dating. I'm talking about you as a man. Now, I know a lot of men want dating, and we can get to that too, but I'm saying just you as a man, you got to toughen up. You got to go after your dreams. You got to start pursuing your vision and purpose in life, bro. If you know you have something to do in life, go do it. Stop being complacent. On top of that, we as men don't have any goals, and we just say, oh, well, you know, life is so difficult right now. All our jobs suck. We all want to give up on society. We all want to quit. But, bro, we're still here. We're still living. We haven't quit. We haven't given up 100%. So if you're still living, you have to still keep going. You have to still keep fighting. You have to still keep battling. So don't embrace that loser mentality. Don't embrace that victim mentality. If you have a victim mentality, oh, I'm just invisible. Oh, I'm a weak guy. Oh, I'm just weak. And, you know, no girl wants to date me. I'm virtually invisible. Then women know that too. They know. Women can sense it. I'm telling you, they're smart. When I walk in and I'm feeling myself, they know. They're choosing. They're giving me the signals because I'm confident in myself. We have to boost our confidence up. And a lot of that comes with self-reflection. It comes with understanding who you are as a man. You have to start understanding who you are and what trauma that you have to let go so that you can start developing a positive mindset, so you can start developing this mentality that no matter what people say, no matter how many people hate on me, I still win. Like I said, a lot of us as men operate on such low frequency. You guys, I'm just going to call it how it is, bro. A lot of men are haters. A lot of men are jealous. A lot of men don't want to see you win. A lot of men hate the fact that you're doing better than them. And we don't want to support each other. We don't want to help each other out. It is just, if you have that mentality, you think a girl wants to be around that. They know when you're a hater, bro. Girls are smart. Women are smart. They know when a man's a hater or when that man has a positive mentality. They know when you're being a man that's uplifting them because they're looking for guidance. They're looking for leadership. So if you come in and you're guiding them, telling them, look, you're messing up right now. Now, you can say these women don't want to hear me. These women don't listen. That's true. But trust me, if you're a masculine man, they'll listen to you. They might not do it in that moment, but they'll ponder upon that and they'll think about it and they'll reflect it. I've had that happen plenty of times. I tell a girl, look, what you're doing right now doesn't really make sense. For example, there's this chick I was talking to. She was basically going to college and then she's working a minimum wage job, getting paid $15.50 an hour, and she's driving an hour and a half for that job. She was a receptionist. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense for you to drive an hour and a half away for a job because you think that job is cool because you're comfortable with that position. You should get a job locally so you can save money. You're getting paid minimum wage anyway, so it doesn't make sense. And she goes, yeah, I know, but I just like being around my friends. And then I'm like, all right, well, I'm just letting you know it just doesn't make sense. I'm starting to break it down. And then a week later, she goes, you know, I thought about what you said, and I'm going to quit my job. I am going to get a job locally. So that's what I'm saying. They'll understand what you're saying, but it may take some time for them to listen. But in terms of us as men, we just got to stop being so, we got to do better, bro. We got to do better as a community. We can't keep hating. We got to support each other. We got to just understand that brotherhood is a part of this is getting better. Still sharpens steel, bro. And we need to understand that. Now, in terms of dating, if you want to understand what women want, it's truly masculinity. Masculinity is in high demand because most men are so feminine, bro. Most men can't go out here, approach women because they have stuck in their mindset that they gave up on dating. They're giving up on everything. So That's what I'm saying. Like, you could say what you want about women, but I've been out in the dating market. They do play a lot of games. They still will try to manipulate you, and all that's true. But if you want a woman, you have to go out there and approach women. Being part of a masculine man is approaching and being a leader and taking that initiative and pursuing. And sometimes I do like to just go about this, letting them know off rip, like, look, I am a real man. Like, real men are going to go talk to her, let them know how they feel about her, and tell them, look, what we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Not just going this indirect approach, like, oh, let's just be friends. Then you get friend zoned, and then you're mad, and you get this anger for women. It's just unfortunate that this is the state of the world that we're living in as men, to where men can't take advice from another man without getting their feelings. Men act more emotional than women. And it's just like, bro, you got to start boosting your testosterone. You got to take a look in the mirror and see what type of man you're moving in. You got to, a lot of us, I hear men often saying that they want to be a stay-at-home dad. That's the society that we've got. Oh, I just want to be a stay-at-home dad. The roles are reversed. These women are too masculine. These women want to be independent. So I just want to be a stay-at-home dad. That's soft to me. That's weak, bro. You can't be a stay-at-home dad. You got to go out here. Men are meant to be conquerors. We're meant to be warriors. We're supposed to have a warrior mentality. We're supposed to have a warrior spirit. We're supposed to go out here and want to battle every day. And yeah, you could say, well, women, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. But it's beyond that, bro. It's just with you being a man in general. Like I said, if we would all tighten up and all become tough men and do what we're supposed to do, it would change the dating market, because this would be the new standard for how women have to be around men. If all men become masculine, if all men stop being simps, these women are going to eventually adapt to it, because most men are just going to be that way. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to do here at Men Are Needed. But you're an important part of this process. We need to collectively join forces and understand that, look, bro, if you got something against what I'm saying, let's chop it up. Let's talk about this like real men, and let's try to move forward. Now, I do understand as men, there's some men that they're just going to do what they want to do. And that's what I'm saying. That's the overall bigger problem. And that's why you can't blame men, because these men are hard-headed. These men move how they want to move. They don't take any advice. They don't want to be a part of no brotherhood. They think they got it all figured out. They think they got all the answers. And then they're acting feminine like a woman. They're simping over these women. They don't have any leadership. They're not masculine. They're overweight. They're soft, and they're weak. And they're trying to tell you how to move. They're trying to tell you how to operate. And it's just when I look at how men are right now, it's like, that's why I definitely created this as Men Are Needed. I'm doing my part to try to shape men into becoming men that I'm proud of. You should be the man in society that you want others to be, but it starts with you and it starts with me. So many of us live in fear all the time. We're scared. We make so many excuses, and then we expect women to just come approach us, women to just do all the work, and we just sit back, and then we complain about everything. So many men just cry and complain about everything. They got so many excuses. They talk about these jobs. They talk about these women. They talk about how, everything's coming against them. And we know that by now. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's about self-improvement. That's why I say often, this whole channel is about self-improvement. It's about getting 1% better every day. It's about just developing discipline. A disciple of God is going to be a man that's disciplined. When God tells you something to do, you got to execute it, bro. A lot of us don't execute. We just play these mental games in our mind and just go back and forth and just think about you just sit there and analyze and overthink. And next thing you know, you're stuck. You're stuck in your mind. You get depressed because now you're not taking action. And then you get anxiety because you know you should be doing it. And then you want to run to drugs, and then you're just falling behind in society. And that's where we're at right now. We need to just listen sometimes. You just need to humble yourself and listen, bro. If somebody's telling you something, and obviously they got a little bit more game, they got some things figured out, or they're just not afraid. Just a man that speaks messages and speaks his mind, in my opinion, especially right now, is a man that we should listen to, because most men are afraid to speak. Most men can't even critically think. Most men can't even logically think. They can't even process a thought, verbalize that thought, express that thought, and keep it like that. Most men will have a thought, overthink it 100 times, and just stay stuck in their mind. And you know, mental health right now is a big problem for men because we're not embracing who we are as men. Men are meant to go out there and do things into the world. Now you could say, well, you know, society made it this way. And that's true. But what are we going to do about it? Are we just going to lie down and get eaten up by these wolves? Are we going to rise up, embrace our power, fight back, go out into this world and prove something to this whole world, prove something to this, you know, society, to these ladies, to these masculine ladies? I just don't understand. How can men allow a woman to be more masculine than him? Why do you allow that, bro? It's just crazy to me how soft we've gotten as men. And then I don't understand it, man. I don't think I ever will, because that's just not my DNA. That's not how my genetic structure. I've always been like this since a child. I've always questioned things. I've always asked why. I've always wondered what was happening. You know, if you have ethics, you're going to know, like, look, God told me I should be this way. I'm staring off from my spirit and I'm allowing these demons to creep in. So, you know, I need to get back to what God wants me to do. So in this moment, I need to truly just listen to spirit, listen to God, pray on this, meditate, and come back to who I need to be as a man. You need to think about all these things, bro. So you can't get mad at women 100% because they're right about this. Men are no longer true, real men. Now, like I said, it's easy to be a protector and provider, bro. That's simple. But it goes beyond that. You need to be a man that you're proud of. You need to be a man that, you know, with or without a woman, you're still comfortable with yourself. And most men aren't even at that state. Most men are battling themselves literally every day because they're living in this past. This past just is haunting them continually and they can't get over it. And then this woman hurt him. You know, the woman hurt his heart and they're just stuck there now. Bro, you got to get over that, man. If you want to have a better life, if you want to have a better future, get over that and start doing what you're meant to do. Live life to the fullest, bro. Let's live life to the fullest. We only have this life right now. We only have this moment right now. This is our time to really embrace this moment, embrace this pain, embrace this suffering, go out there and win and succeed. Together we will win. Together we will become masculine and we will bring this back and make this great again. So thanks for watching this video. Until next time, peace.